Hi, I'm Amir from Scentroid, and I'm going to talk to you today about our DR1000 flying laboratory and its ground station, and more specifically, how to operate the two. So the first thing you want to do before using your DR1000 is you want to make sure all the antennas are connected. So just quickly go over the antennas. The long one is the Wi-Fi antenna. The shorter one is the GSM antenna. And we have a third antenna here, which is used for GPS. This is a longer wired antenna, so you're going to want to basically securely connect it to your drone. And to connect it, simply turn it to the middle position antenna port and secure it there. So on the other side of the DR1000, you're going to find the sampling ports. The top sampling port is the main sampling port, and the bottom one is used for PM sampling if you do have that sensor. So to connect the probes, you're just going to want to turn them and make sure they're secure. If you want to extend the probes, simply connect the extension to the main probe and secure it tightly with tape. And then you're able to secure it to the drone. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is connect your sample bag to the sample bag port. So the sample bag port is clearly labeled for you to connect your bag. So to connect it, you're going to want to firmly hold it by the tube and securely push in until you feel a bit of a click. So to remove it, you want to hold the metal ring back and pull it out by pulling on the tube. And that's it. So the next thing you want to do is you're going to want to mount your DR1000 to your drone. So if you look at the top, you can see the mounting plate. On this specific mounting plate, we have mounting holes for the S1000 and the Matrix 600. We also have these mounting clips here specifically for the Matrix 600. And to install them, you lift up these clips, place it firmly onto the Matrix 600, close the clips and tighten the screws, and then it's securely connected. On the left side of the DR1000, you can find the SD port. So to remove it, you're going to need a thin screwdriver to pop it in and pop it out. It's very simple to do, just insert it and then the SD card should pop out. And to insert it back in, it's just press it until you hear a click. The next thing I want to talk about is the switch position. So the DR1000 has three forms of communication. It'll record data onto an SD card, it'll record data onto our ground station and to our cloud server. So to decide which mode you'd like to record on, there's a switch here which says SD only or all forms of communication. So you're going to want to select which form you want to send to by flipping it up or down. And then when you're ready, you're going to want to turn your DR1000 on. So before actually using your DR1000, we recommend you keep it on for at least 2 hours so that the sensors are warmed up and can give you accurate results. So now that you've decided which communication channel you'd like to use, simply put the switch in the on position and then flip your DR1000 upside down and press the middle button to turn it on. So now that you turn it on, you'll have these two indicator lights at the top and bottom. The top indicator light indicates when the actual DR1000 is turned on, and the bottom indicator light will turn on will signify which form of communication is turned on. So if it's turned off, it means your GPS is not locked. If it's slow blinking, it means your GPS is locked and your GSM is connected. And if it's solid on, it means all communication channels are connected and working. Okay, so now that I've talked about how to turn on and get your DR1000 ready for sampling, next I'm going to talk about how to actually control the DR1000 using your ground station. So you can either use a ground station or our cloud server to control the DR1000. So they are both run the exact same software. And from there you can both change the settings, the sampling settings. You can view historical data on both. You can press the fill sample bag button on both. So I'm just going to quickly go over all of those functions. So once you turn on your ground station, you're going to be prompted to select which option you want to boot into. The ground station software is contained on Ubuntu, so you're going to want to select that. After you select Ubuntu, it's going to take a couple of minutes to boot, and you're going to be prompted to type in your user credentials. So once you do that, you're going to see the DRIMS main page. DRIMS is our Drone Information Management Service. So on the main page, you can see your drone here, and if you press that button, it's going to show you historical data that was taken by your drone. Next, you might want to see live data while your drone is actually flying. So to do that, you press the gear button next to the name of your drone and select the samples from the drop-down menu. This samples will update continuously and will show you the latest sample taken by the DR1000. So using our Drone Information Management Service, you can also select the settings for your drone. So to get to this page, you want to go to the main menu and then press the gears button, and then the drop-down menu, click settings. So on this settings page, you'll have time interval settings and sample bag settings. Okay, so I'm briefly going to go over what each settings means. So sampling interval time is the time that we are reading data from the sensors. Recording interval time is the time we take those recordings and we save them onto the SD card. Main pump speed for sampling is how fast you want the air to be pumped through the system. So right now it's at 60% by default. That's 60% of 12 liters per minute. So depending on how many liters per minute you would like, change it from here. We do recommend though that you stick to the default because we've chosen that depending on the number of sensors you have and what each sensor needs. Transmitting interval time to the cloud server is how often you send data to the cloud server, and transmitting interval time to the ground station is how often you send data to your ground station. So next I'm going to talk about the sample bag settings. The two sample bag settings are sample bag valve on duration, and that's how long the pump would be on, and main pump speed for sampling is the speed of the pump that is pumping air into your bag. So depending on the size of your bag, these settings will have to change. The current settings we have is for a 5-liter bag. If your bag is any larger, you can either increase the valve on duration or you can increase the main pump speed. Okay, thanks for watching. You can visit us at www.scentroid.com, and I'll see you in the next video.